welcome you to a special bonus episode of the Profit-preneur Show, the place to be if you are looking for no BS advice on the things that are working today in today's economy to help build your business and for you to be able to rapidly accelerate the results in the best way for you. So I am so thrilled to have you here for our live version of the Profit-preneur Show. In a moment, I'm going to introduce my very special guest who's actually here in studio with me live, SUSANNE Mealer. But for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, here's what I want you to know. My name is Kelly O'Neill. I'm a brand marketing and profit strategist that helps position clients so that their competition is irrelevant. And also in doing that, we also help you attract all the affluent clients that you desire. So I started the Profit-preneur Show because I wanted to bring you the best of the best advice in how to be able to really rapidly accelerate the results in your business in a way that works for you and building your business on your terms to really benefit your life. So today in studio, I have my dear friend and also my private client, SUSANNE Mealer. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So SUSANNE is here live because she actually came out to do a strategic consulting day with me. So we have been hard at work.
Yes.
And a little play.
A little
play, working on the launch of her new business. So one of the things about you that I love so much is, aside from the fact that you're amazing and fun and brilliant, is you've had this very interesting background and you have this very interesting life journey that got you to where you are today. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I can. I'll give you the short version because we can talk for hours on that.
We can.
Yes, I'm actually an immigrant. So I grew up in a wonderful, beautiful country called Denmark. But I did grow up with some challenges, some dysfunction, quite a bit of dysfunction in my family. And I knew at age 11 that it was just a calling for me to become a therapist. So life goes on, and at the age of 20, I decided I needed to move. I needed to do something. I'm a natural explorer, and I just had to go. So I moved to America by myself at age 20 with 2 suitcases. I'm pretty sure one had clothes and one had shoes. And I had $95 in my pockets. And off I went, Miami.
Nice. And how did you get started into, like, once you got here, how did you get started into therapy? Because you have a thriving therapy practice.
I do. Now, as I said, I always had the draw towards becoming a therapist. So here there were some challenging situations, as life can bring you. I had some unhealthy relationships, odd jobs, lots of different types of jobs. And finally ended up getting married and went to school to become a therapist and started my practice. I still have my practice, and I primarily work with trauma, and always worked with trauma, really, mainly. People that have had any type of traumatic experiences, whether it's just a little one-time experience or significant trauma, all the way to people that suffer from dissociative identity disorder, which is what we know as multiple personality disorder. I work with them too. They're quite amazing.
Yes. So she's got a very highly specialized practice, but when she came to me and when I met her, she said, look, there's more to it than this. There's more to it than this. And welcome, Elizabeth. And you guys, I'm a big believer in therapy. Like, I have been doing work on myself for my entire life. I've done therapy. I've done spiritual healings. I've done a gazillion different modalities. I still use healers today in my business. But, one of the things that I've always found interesting about what you say is, despite the fact that you have this thriving, amazing practice, which is also, by the way, you guys, a cash pay practice. So
I've never taken insurance.
So she has an affluent, thriving practice model.
Yeah.
A concierge practice. So aside from that, you've often said, but like, there's so much more than traditional therapy.
Right. I mean, therapy in itself is wonderful, as you know, and I'm thrilled that, I wish more people would be like you and open to just taken the journey. Because
well, I grew up in dysfunction junction, so my path was like the universe has provided me lots of opportunities for growth. So
isn't that wonderful?
it's been such a gift.
Yeah. So as life goes on for me too, I realized some things weren't working for me and some things were unfulfilling. And I realized that not just at work, although my work fills me up, it drives me, but in my personal life too. Something was missing.
Yeah.
So I'm a natural explorer and very curious. So I started looking into all kinds of different other modalities other than just traditional therapy. So more on the spiritual realm, way out of the box things. We're talking soul work, transcendental meditation, Reiki, the list goes on.
So I've had so Suzanne has actually created something called the Her Take approach, which is, and I've experienced it. So I'll explain it from my point of view. It is a combination of an amalgamation of a variety of different modalities that are pulled in a specific sequence that allow you to make a rapid emotional transformation. So literally some of the things that, as an example, that I had worked on for 10 years in therapy and thought that I had handled, we were able to break through them in a matter of 2 days.
Yeah.
Like 2 days.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was just literally like breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And, you know, and that word is so overused, but you guys, this, I mean, I'm being really like breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And one of the things that Suzanne really explained to me, which I thought was really cool, and this is so important for those of you entrepreneurs out there. And by the way, you guys, hi, I see you guys watching on Instagram, and I see you guys watching. Drop a note in when you drop on Facebook or Instagram. Let us know that you're watching so we can say hello to you. One of the things that you say is that people put themselves in a prison of their own making, and they don't even know it.
Sometimes
I have chills.
Sometimes people get mad at me when I say that because they're like, "Why are you blaming me? It's other stuff. It's other people. That's why I'm here. That's what the problem is." But no, we do build walls with the different experiences that we have, the different traumas we have. And I know you and I talked about this yesterday. You can literally walk out the front door, you see a snake, and you have trauma. Yeah. But to some people that's trauma. To some it's not. Trauma is a lot of stuff. So it's I lost my train of thought there.
Prison of your own making.
There you go. Thank you. So while you start putting up these walls to protect yourself, that's what we naturally do as human beings.
It's like a gut. It's an instinct.
Yeah.
It's a gut reflex. It's to keep us safe.
Yeah, it is. So going through life is all about safety, but unfortunately, when you keep putting up these walls, and sometimes you don't even realize why you're putting them up, and that's what I help people with, is figuring out why is this actually happening so we can get to it. Your world becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until you're in a jail cell. But I have the key.
Yeah, yes, she does have the key. And I think that that's true for all of us. You know, business, I've often said, you know, business is one of the greatest opportunities for our own emotional growth and well-being. 100%. And I will tell you for sure, what gets you to a certain level will never get you to the next level. Like you are never done. Like you're never like, I'm healed. I'm healed. No. You know, that just doesn't happen. And so what I think is so important is as the CEO of our businesses, because you know, she does work with individuals, couples, professionals, entrepreneurs. Since you guys are all entrepreneurs, if you're watching this, I'm going to address it from that angle. We do that. Like there's things, you know, if you're hitting money blocks, you've got walls. If you are hitting blocks with attracting the wrong kind of clients, you've got walls. If you are not getting the results in your business that you desire, guess what? You have walls. You know, if you are not able to hire, and, you know, if you keep hiring the same team over and over again that's not performing to you, guess what? You have walls. Right. We just don't know it. And eventually, as she said, and she explained this to me, it's like, you know, something happens and you put up a wall, and then something else happens, and what we kind of tell ourselves, I think, is, well, I'm not going to do that again. Yeah. But not going to do that again can sometimes look like, I see this a lot actually with people, and I'm so going to go there right now because that is what this show is for. I see a lot of people that have like, I think I should coin a term around this, like post-coaching trauma syndrome, like like where they have been in horrible programs or they've had really bad advice.
It's happened to all of us.
From yes, and especially because she's been around a lot of our clients where they come to me post trauma. I'm like the trauma therapist for people who've been in bad coaching relationships. And so, people are like, well, I'm not going to do that again. Right? Like, I'm not going to waste my money like that again. And the problem is that even in that instance, they're putting themselves into a prison of their own making, because if you don't get the right help, if you don't reach out, if you are now making decisions from a place of fear in your business, because you're like, well, I'm never going to hire that person again. I'm never going to invest in Facebook ads again. I'm never going to hire a coach again. I'm never going to put myself, if you have a traumatic experience when you go to, say, a networking event or on stage, and you think to yourself, well, I'm never going to put myself in that place again. The walls, you're closing yourself in with the walls. Right. And at that point, what's going to happen is, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what I see with my clients, is at that point, they're making decisions out of such a small area. Yeah. And it's like, it's interesting because we as human beings, we're like, we know what we want is like, way over. Okay, here's the box. We know what we want is like way over here. Yeah. But we can't get there because we've put ourselves in this box. And so every time we're like, well, I'm going to take a leap and I'm going to go for the $1 million. You will never get there because you've boxed yourself in.
And the scary part is most of the time people don't realize the walls are there, or they don't realize where they're really coming from because they're not obvious. They're so not obvious, which is why I created what I created. It helps people actually get there and go there and figure out where is it coming from. Right.
So us as entrepreneurs, I mean, they're called, she calls them invisible walls for a reason, people. They're subconscious. We don't consciously know that they're there. So how do we find out that they're there is because we have symptoms, right? So what are some of those symptoms, especially with entrepreneurs, to know that they have,
you just mentioned quite a few of them.
Okay. So, well, I've been at this for a while. So I'm like, oh yeah, you're in a prison. All right, well, you need to go talk to Suzanne and break your shit out of there, because then I can give you the business strategies to actually get yourself to where you want to go. But if you've got yourself in a prison,
you mentioned a few of them where you're hitting money blocks. You want to go someplace and you sabotage yourself. You're like, why the heck don't I just do what I need to do for myself? I experienced that for myself. And I recently just figured out a block for myself, because we're all a work in progress until the day we die. And once you clear it, you take off.
Yes, it's like you get movement, you gain traction, things come easier. A lot of people obviously describe it. By the way, you guys who have just joined us, drop in, say hello, and drop in the comments. Let us know that you are here and let us know where you are from. But yeah, you get into that place of flow where it's like something that was so hard is now no longer hard.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So you've developed something called the Hertig approach.
Yes.
And so it's got 5 steps. So first of all, talk a little bit about what the Hertig approach is.
Well, it helps my people break through those invisible blocks, identify them first, and then break through it so they can have massive transformation and have the life and the business, if that's where they want, that they really do desire to have.
Okay, and way quicker.
10 times faster than traditional therapy. And I'm not knocking therapy. Obviously, I'm a therapist. I've been doing it for a long time. And therapy is good. It's great. I still love doing therapy.
And do you even use some therapeutic approaches in your Hertig?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. How could I not?
But it's not therapy. She's a consultant when she's doing the Hertig approach.
Yes, it's on a consultant basis.
Yes. Just want to be clear for the licensing boards if they're watching. She does therapy. That's different.
Yes, it's a licensing board issue, but it's really more of what the product is.
Yes.
It's not therapy. So people that
So there's 5 steps. Tell us about the 5 steps.
Yes. The first step is subconscious investigation. I found that a big part of this is you're a bit of a detective. So I've become the detective of this. So the problem is never the problem. I then help you.
It's the symptoms.
It's the
you
symptoms,
think
yeah.
the problem is I can't get the right clients.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying no to me. Everyone is, I can't. Hey, good morning, Sonia. We love
Hi,
our Sonia. The problem is never the problem, right? Like we think that it's the issue. Like people come to me and they think they have a business problem, and sometimes they do, but sometimes it is not a business problem.
Yeah. So we have subconscious and conscious issues that are going on. So this part of the investigation helps find the root of what's actually going on.
Love it. Love it. All right. So number 1 is subconscious investigation, a deep dive into all of the things that you can't see. She's basically hunting for walls.
Oh, yes.
I've been through this process.
It's fun. I find it fun.
I'm not going to lie. There was shit in there that I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? She's like, oh, I'm sure. And I'm like, oh, that's why this keeps happening. Oh my gosh. Right. Okay. So what's the next part?
The next one is I do an imprint evaluation. So every person is unique. So just as unique as a fingerprint. So we're all born with a soul level imprint. And yes, so we go there. We help dig that out and find out what are your patterns? How do you function actually on soul level? And
I will tell you, it is fascinating. It nailed me to a T. I was like, and I actually did it with my my partner at the time, and it was, for those of you who are into couples work, okay, we're getting a question from Elizabeth. We will answer that in a question.
Yes.
So it is so like, oh, that's why they do that. Oh, that's why this is important to them. Like it is literally like how our kind of.
That's why they get so upset when I do this.
Yeah, right. And also just it really is like it's almost like a DNA map, isn't it? A little bit.
It is.
It is
your soul's DNA.
It's your soul's DNA map.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why it feels like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. So the third step is conscious awareness. If you don't have awareness, you can't change it. So awareness is key. We have to dig up those subconscious beliefs that you have.
Right.
And they will come from places you can't even imagine.
Right. Oh, yes. And this is something I've known, and you guys know this too. If you've done any kind of work on an ongoing basis, if you can't, the first step is awareness. If you're not aware of it, you can't change it.
No.
So you have to constantly be identifying what are those things that are tripping me up? What's at the actual root? Because like she says, the problem is never the problem.
Right. So there's past issues, there are current issues, and they will all impact your future.
Shit. Okay, go ahead.
The pandas.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We can hear my panda puppies in the background calling for their auntie over here. They love her.
They're fun. Okay. So.
Hey, Victoria, how are you? You're going to want to watch this replay. It is so good. Okay, keep going.
All right. So moving on to step 4. Step 4 of the process is rapid emotional transformation. We'll just go with RET for that. So this technique blends therapeutic tools with this, I don't want to call it woo-woo because it's not. It's just different processes.
This is her secret sauce.
Yeah.
This is where she has pulled from all of these different, because I'm a strategist. So as she's doing it, of course, I'm trying to figure out like what exactly, I'm like, what is it exactly that you are doing? And she's like, it's proprietary. Like I can't really, it's for magic.
It's actually hard to put down for me as a specific, we do this, and we do this, and then we do this, because every person is different.
Yes.
Completely different. And sometimes if you want to start with something so streamlined to say, well, we have to do this first, and then we have to do this first, some people will dig in their heels because that's not how they function.
Right.
So then I find a way around it. So
I love it.
But for the intended purposes for this, we have a process.
I love it. I love it. Yes. So there's a variety of different tools. And this is that place where it's like you have the awareness now, like you know what the roots are.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the place where it's like rapid gardening. Like, there they go. And like at the end of the day, you're like, I mean, it really is, holy shit. Like at the end of the day, I felt like a different person. Like I felt, you know, lighter and freer and more expansive, and like it really, that is where you actually open the door to the jail cell, and you're like, okay, come on out. And then it's like, I had no idea that this world was here, because I didn't realize that I put myself in a prison of my own making.
Yeah.
All right.
So the last process is energetic clearing. I'm sure everybody's heard this till the cows come home. We are made of energy. So if you don't want to work with the energy, just go home. You're not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
So I'll take you through the process of clearing these invisible energetic ties that you have. That's the best way to describe it. I have other words, but this makes most sense. And once we can clear this, then you can experience life in a whole new way. And I've even added more secret sauce since you and I did our experience.
Oh,
yeah.
Now I'm having FOMO.
That's all right. You know people.
Great, perfect.
Yeah.
So this process that she takes you through, and she takes you through it in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And again, so to clarify, because Elizabeth was saying, can you please clarify? It's Hurtig, Hurtig,
yes,
which is a Danish word. It actually means rapid.
Yeah.
Right. So I did her branding. So
shocking.
That's where it came from. So it's really this evolutionary approach where she has identified a energetic, strategic, mind, body, soul, spirit map to create rapid transformation in a very short window that has massive effects,
right?
Massive effects on people's life. So that is the Hurtig approach, you guys. So, you know, what I want to leave you with on this show is that, you know, I'll look at this from a business perspective, which is your business will only grow to the extent that you do. And there is always more to grow. Always. I even to the point where sometimes stuff comes up for me and I'm like, really? I've been dealing with that. Like I thought I dealt with that. And it's like, nope, there's another layer of the onion. You as a CEO, for you to be able to have the ultimate life and business that you desire, you've got to keep doing the work. And so at any given time, I am always in some type of mentorship relationship on a business side, and some type of mentorship and relationship on a personal growth and development side. Always. And if you look at the profitology process, right, we've got all of the things that on the outside, like the clarity, the strategy, the brand marketing, the cash, all of those sorts of things. And then what's happening on the inside is you've got you, the CEO, at the center of the circle. So how are you stepping into your power as a leader? How are you stepping into your power as the CEO of your company? Who do you need to be in order to create the results that you desire? Because one of my Kellyisms that I say all the time, you've heard this a gazillion times, is you will never out hustle a poor strategy. Correct. That's me, right? Like, it's like, if you don't have a good strategy, it doesn't matter how much you do. No. You can do till the cows come home, but you'll do yourself right into, like, you're just basically spinning in circles. You don't know it because you feel very busy and you feel very productive, but nothing's really happening. But the first part to that is you will never out strategize your emotional prison. That's not how I normally say it. I normally say you will never out strategize a misaligned mindset, or misaligned energy, or a poor mindset. Yeah. You just won't. No. It doesn't matter. When my clients are not getting results with me, I send them to someone like Suzanne. I had a client that I love dearly, and she just wasn't. She had the plan, but she wasn't executing it. And month after month, we would have these conversations. And I was like,
Mhm.
look, this is outside of my realm. And I'm like, you need to go talk to Suzanne. And I will tell you, within 2 months of working with Suzanne, because she worked with her a little bit differently in a different package than the Rapid one, completely different, getting results now, using the plan that I gave her. But she just wasn't able to get past it because she had put herself so tightly into that own emotional prism that that she was not able to get the results that she desired. So right now you are working privately, like very exclusively, very privately with people.
Yes.
Because again, you guys, she does have a very thriving therapy practice. So the best thing for people to do is to book a complimentary consultation.
Absolutely. Book a complimentary consultation and we'll figure out what's going on for you and see if this is a good fit for you.
Okay, excellent. And what we'll do is after this call or show, we'll drop in her booking link to her complimentary consultation. So if you guys are watching this and this is something where you're like, I think I should explore this, like this sounds like this might be the challenge I'm having, then I would absolutely invite you to jump on a call with her and see if this is the right fit for you and for her as well.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Anything else that you want to leave these guys with?
Well, the only thing I can say is that whatever you're experiencing, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can actually get out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the choice. We all have the choice.
Yeah.
So if you're experiencing a life or a business that you don't desire, you are one decision away from choosing something differently.
I think we discovered I'm a locksmith.
You are. Yeah. She's an emotional locksmith. Yeah. She just figures it out and unlocks the door for you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you for joining us today on the Profit-preneur Show live. We are live this was a little bonus session, but we are live every Tuesday and Thursday, with the exception of maybe like a holiday or maybe a vacation, but we are live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I bring you the best of the best experts in the industry in order to help you accelerate your business and get the life you desire. If you like this and you'd like more of this and you'd like to play more with people like Suzanne and I and network with people like Suzanne, come and join the Profit-preneur Circle. It is our free Facebook community on Facebook. And what we do in there is we mastermind, we support one another, we share resources. I really encourage collaboration in there so that you guys can build your businesses, as well as every single Thursday, again, aside from the occasional holiday and whatnot, every single Thursday, what we do is we do a Thursday training. So I've done all different kinds of trainings, and the beauty of the trainings is they are on demand. So you guys actually choose the trainings. So yesterday we did a really great training on the 5 profit-producing habits used by highly successful entrepreneurs. Last week, the week before, we did the revolutionized approach to the elevator pitches, because traditional elevator pitches are dead. That was people loved that one. It was a game changer for the clients in there. So if you would like to do that, please join us. You can join us at profitpreneurscircle.com. Make sure you answer the 3 questions. We do not let people in. This is for serious entrepreneurs only. So if you're a looky-loo, if you're a tire kicker, if you're someone who's playing business, this is not the right group for you. I'm just going to be honest, right? So if you're trying to, that is not what this is for. So make sure you answer the questions so that you get admittance to the group, because we will not admit you if you don't answer all 3 questions in full. All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining us. Everyone have an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.